Hello, my name is Maxime Boilard. I have been coaching teams going through change for the last 15 years with Canu. I'm here with my colleague Cassandra. Hey Cass, how's it going?
It's going well. How about you?
Very good, thank you. Quite excited about today's video. Our goal today is to support your reflection about marking your reopening plan as a team. You may be wondering if you should do something about the reopening. You may be wondering what to do. Or you may hesitate because you're not sure if you're going to like, as a business leaders, what your employees have to say about their post-pandemic work experience. So our goal today is to support you in that thinking and make you want to take action, because in this case, no action is probably going to be harmful in the medium term.
So Max, could you tell us a bit more before we get started? Why it's so important to mark your reopening plan, and especially as a team?
Yes, absolutely. The first reason is quite simple, and it's not because it's simple that it's not important, is the end of something that we have gone through is always the beginning of something new. And when something unpleasant ends, it does not mean that what comes next will be at our advantage, that it will be simple or that it will be easy. So marking your reopening as a team will enable you to do two things mostly. Help your company adapt as you generate the clarity you need to clarify the next chapters of your story as a company, and help your employees remain fully committed to the company project while taking care of themselves in the next few months that will also call for their capacity to make adjustments and adapt.
Thanks, Max. And so today, as a second part of our video, we want to offer you guys some key ideas as to how you could mark your reopening plan as a team. And the first example that we had for you is an activity called drawing a new starting line, and where we focus on the human level. So the goal of this workshop is really to connect to each other's experience and to really explore the traces left by the pandemic on your on the employee experience. So how do we make tangible the experience lived by each team member over the last year and a bit, right? The last year was not the same for everyone. For some people, confinement was actually very nice. Like they really enjoyed being home, not having to be stuck in traffic, slowing down for some of them. And for others, it was very draining. It was isolating. And so how do we as a team facilitate this passage toward the post-pandemic work-life experience? And so the idea of this workshop is really to make visible and to identify the key learnings from the last year or so. The idea is, as a team, how do we name the conditions for success or the pitfalls that we should really avoid in the coming months and in the next step as a team and as an organization? So that's our first example, drawing a new starting line.
Second example, reset the social contract. It is not always written, nor is it formal, but in an organization, there is a contract between the employer and the employees. And in a way, that contract will determine expected behaviors and the type of rituals that employees will be a part of. So whether it's written or not, it is there. And because the pandemic has changed the world of work tremendously and irreversibly, you have to do something. If you don't do something, if you don't take ownership of the change, you might have to suffer it as a result of employees leaving your organization, potentially because there's a misunderstanding about the new social contract that will be in place that will take you into the post-pandemic work experience. In a context where there is a shortage of worker, in a context where it's expensive and it's long to replace employees, doing this exercise is a no-brainer. Cass, can you share our third proposal to support organizations going through this phase?
Yes, of course. So our third proposal, our third idea, is about re-embarking, re-engaging into the company project. So before the pandemic hit, or during the pandemic, right? We all had to take a look at our vision, at our mission, and see, okay, what are our goals as a company? And so the idea is that whether you maintain growth or struggle enormously during the last year, there was intensity. There was intensity at work. And so the idea of this workshop is really to take a step back and identify learning at the business level. How do we revisit client and key partners relationship? What does it mean for growth opportunities? How do we look forward? Now that we've gone through this as a business, what does it mean for the next, year, 3 year, 5 years? And so the idea of this workshop is really to re-engage in the project as how we had seen it and how we imagine it now that we've gone through the last year as an organization. The idea of this workshop is really to make visible and to clarify what are the key and the next milestones that we wish to achieve as an organization.
Thanks, Cass. The reopening plan has been discussed so much in the media as something that government must be in charge of, that it's easy to think that, it's just something new and something fun that's coming and we don't have to do anything about it. We hope that this video has highlighted some pitfalls that you must avoid, as well as opportunities to get moving, so that you are proactive as a business leader and you take your way out of the pandemic and turn it into an advantage for your organization and your people. In order to help you, we created a tab on our website called Reopening, and we would love to keep the conversation with you and accompany you in achieving a smooth transition, so that your people are going through it with some level of ease and that your organization can flourish beyond. Thank you, Cass, and thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Max.